Starman Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Starman Talk to Talks. I'm your host, Devin. With me this time is David, and we got Curtis.
Hey, it's my first time here in since
Months?
MLB stuff, probably?
Yeah, probably MLP.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, ingredients to everyone.
Yes, exactly.
We're not excluding you, Dave. It's just Curtis is kind of like the guest star at this point.
I know.
Yeah, all attention on me, please.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
I can kick you from the show.
The camera loves him.
What camera?
Exactly.
No, so, without Billy and Cody here, we thought we could talk anime without any disgusting comment.
Without making them suffer through it.
Yeah, really. Well, Billy's not an anime fan, and Cody, I don't know his taste in anime.
If he even likes it.
If he even likes it.
Yeah.
Something to say, Dave.
Judging by his game history, I think he likes it a little too much.
Yeah, if you look at a lot of Cody's casings and that.
This is not the judgment cast, got it.
Sorry,
We're gonna
no.
talk anime.
No, I'm just,
Cody, we're sorry.
yeah, I'm just being a jerk. I couldn't hold it in.
Alright.
You're being the classic anime protagonist from the school.
The jerky anime protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That means I'm gonna get wailed on and I'm turned into the crazy rival.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's usually what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah, the cocky one usually ends up insane from failure.
Yeah.
Unless they don't, then they're like a Mary Sue or something. Which can also happen. It's just more rarely.
Yep. They can be tropey at times, but they're great, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what do you guys look for most in anime? Like, what's your thing?
I am like fantasy, adventure, and comedy animes.
Fantasy, adventure, and comedy.
Yeah.
Any particular favorites in that those genres?
Like, I love Trigun. If anyone asks me what my favorite anime is, Trigun, Desert Punk. Can't think of the name of it, and also can't think of the name of it.
Sterling recommendations here, but
Yeah.
I can vouch for Trigun being super awesome. Really good show.
Yeah.
If you like comedy and you like darkness, well, the show's got a bit of both in spades, let's say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Asmang and Dio was the one I couldn't think of, and Miho-ha, I think it is. It's kind of like Asmang and Dio, but with a different cast.
Got it. Quirky main cast does quirky things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like slice of life episodes.
Got it. Yep. For me, I tend to gravitate towards, like, I guess, sci-fi and, like, obviously, like, I like shonen as well. Bit of sci-fi, bit of shonen, and also, like, kind of like cat and mouse, one super smart character versus another super smart character type scenarios.
So like Death Note and Monster.
Yeah, Death Note, Monster, Code Geass, Legend of Galactic Heroes, all super good shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I can highly recommend any of those as being super good cat and mouse type shows with a bit of action thrown in there.
And Dave?
I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't really, apart from mecha, I don't really have a particular genre.
You do love your mecha, though.
Yeah.
That's cool. Gundam fan like, or?
I used to be a Gundam fan. I still sort of am. I just prefer to focus more on what's... how do I put this?
Using your words carefully, I see. Good job. Nichigo is the one that I screwed up there.
Nichijo.
Alright.
Got it.
I think I'm more... Gundam is referred to as a real robot type of series.
Right.
It's like more military based, which is good. I like that.
Yep.
It's just, I think I'm more the super robot type of guy, which I'm sure Devin is too.
Yeah.
That's the one where it's like
Geiger Liger or whatever.
Gurren
Lagann.
Yeah, that one's a super robot show.
Gurren Lagann is amazing.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, super robot shows are those ones where they just throw out the logic and just
Where the
your
robots
robot
yeah,
can do
like,
whatever they want.
the robots are like trappings for like a bigger, more awesome type scenario, I guess you'd say. It's not just military grounded battles. It's like, let's take mechas and just do wacky stuff with them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Have you seen Code Geass?
Code what?
Code Geass?
Oh, geese.
I guess it's Geass for anyone who's looking it up.
Yeah. Sort of.
You've heard of it, but you haven't seen it?
I haven't. I can explain that better. Have you ever heard of this game series called Super Robot Wars?
Yes.
Okay, I have played one of them that had geese in it as a plot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And, geez, that was a lot of stuff to remember.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know like what kind of an adaptation that would have been, but the original series is like 26 episode parts. I think it's 26 episodes or 25 or somewhere around there. There's a lot of content, so I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What that would be like adapted as a game.
With the main character. It works, just I'd have to go into detail, but I don't think we have time for that.
Hey, we got plenty of time, really. This is not a scripted show.
Alright.
The basic premise of that show is main character has a power that lets him compel someone to do exactly what he wants them to only once. And then it will never work again.
The Mark of the King, right?
Yeah. Basically, I Lelouch v. Britannia, command you, and then he says something. Or I guess he didn't even really need the I command you part.
He just needs to stare at you.
he just really needs to make eye contact.
Yeah.
But he likes to be dramatic about it, so he does kind of go all out sometimes. He's like...
God, yes.
he might be my single... Well, him and maybe a couple of the characters from Legend of Galactic Heroes would probably be my favorite anime characters. Like, certainly in terms of protagonists, they're just super good.
So you like the Dark King.
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't mention this, but I also like the horror anime genre.
There's not enough of those.
There is really not enough, but the ones I did find are really good.
What are your favorites?
Shiki is really good. The Promised Neverland, Hellgirl, and Angels of Death would be my top 4 in the horror genre.
I'll have to check those out. I've not seen them. You got any experience with those, Dave?
Horror?
Yeah.
No. I'll leave that to Devin. Like, I'll watch them, I just don't know any good ones.
Got it, yeah.
They're, like, it's hard to find one that isn't just goofy.
Yeah. They're tragically rare.
Oh, and School Life was a good one. You watched that one with me.
Is that one?
I like how you say that one and you don't give context. I should know.
Well, isn't it a spoiler if I say it?
Yeah, I'll throw up the spoiler warning, and I don't know, Curse, do you care about spoilers?
Now go for it.
So...
That's the one with the zombies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So School Life is about an anime girl trapped in a school with the zombie apocalypse going on. However, though, she has convinced herself that everything is fine and she's living a normal day-to-day school life.
Yep.
To kind of mentally deal with the current situation. And none of her friends have the courage to really tell her otherwise, for fear that she would have a mental breakdown and become a liability.
I wonder if they'll ever continue that.
They kind of ended it abruptly, so I don't know if...
Do you know if it was an adaptation of something?
It was a manga.
And like, did they cover the whole manga, or...?
No, they only covered the first arc. The arc's still going, it's just that the later ones has some controversy for being boring, I guess, or weird.
Sure. Kind of loses the plot at some point.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they could not continue the anime, and I'd say that ended as good as that could have ended.
It's just at the end they had like an option to go to like a university or a factory or something. They went to the university, and they kind of been stuck there for a while in the manga. That's all.
And I know you and me love the JoJos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we mentioned epic space operas, and we mentioned cat and mouse type shows, but shonen or seinen, whatever the hell you want to classify it as, is a hell of a genre. And JoJo is one of the best ones of that.
Yeah.
If you've been on the internet for the last 5 to 10 years, you've heard of JoJo at this point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it really is as good as
People let on.
people say. Like the fights are just so creative, I guess, is what really draws me.
Yeah,
to
the
series.
characters are just creative,
Yeah.
and so is the use of power.
Yes. Yeah, the concept of the stand in the battles that result from encounters between stand users and the crazy scenarios they cook up, just, yeah, it's just such a fun watch.
This sounds like the work of an enemy stand.
Pretty well.
Such a weird thing to say. That's so great.
Yeah, the nature of the show and its character designs and the one-liners make it one of the most memeable animes ever.
Yes. And for me, that it's usually hit or miss on those types of shows.
Yeah.
Like, I like One Piece, or One Punch Man, wow. I said One Piece.
Close, yeah.
They both have one in the name.
They do, yeah.
One followed by a P word.
Yeah. Very similar shows.
God, you can't tell the difference,
The
come
main
on.
characters both punch.
Yeah.
Fair.
But I love One Punch Man, but I don't like My Hero Academia as much.
I think it's alright, but it's not as...
It was alright for the first 2 seasons,
Yeah.
and then it's just like it hit every other anime cliche of those types of shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it has its moments, but I know I know what you mean. Like it feels a little bit middle of the road at times.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. The first season was cool because it felt like a coming of age or story of a zero to hero type story, like told in a really strong way. But then it kind of just becomes kind of generic school superhero Marvel comic type shenanigans, I guess.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I still do like it. It has plenty of fans. But yeah, there's better shows out there for sure in the genre. In terms of shonen, like between, I'd say my favorite is probably between JoJo and One Piece. One Piece is a madman's journey.
It really is.
You have to be willing to invest many hours of your life if you want to catch up to that one.
Yeah.
Keep current.
Are they even halfway to the treasure yet?
They're getting there. I truly believe that.
I truly believe that.
Curse is like, no, they're getting there.
You can
Someday.
quote me on that. Genuinely, I think it's going to wrap up within, I'm going to say, 8 years. But when you consider
Only 8 years.
only
right?
8 years, when you consider it's been going since '98, come on now, it's getting there. It's getting there. I think probably like
just a drop in a bucket of your lifespan.
yeah. You can always watch One Piece. It's accelerated and it cuts through a lot of the cruft.
Yeah.
If you're gonna actually watch the anime, I really do recommend checking out One Piece. It's a pretty good way to catch up,
Yeah.
or just read the manga. The manga is great and doesn't have all the filler crap to worry about.
Ugh.
You will really mind how slow the pacing of the show gets after a certain point. There are a couple of arcs that drag on really long in anime form. Just the most blatant padding and filler you can imagine. I would not recommend just trying to speedrun the show.
So they had a cookie episode?
They did it.
Not cooking with ninjutsu.
Yeah. The thing is, they haven't really been doing those kinds of filler arcs. they've just been panning out like so they do like long panning shots and like zoom in on a character reacting.
Oh, the Dragon Ball Z way.
Exactly. It's the DBZ panning style.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Let's hold in on this animation for a little bit longer than we need to.
Yeah, but One Piece cuts out all that crap. So if you're going to try to catch up to that show, manga or One Piece, in my opinion, is the way to go by far. You can watch the regular show up to a point. First couple hundred episodes are fine.
Yeah.
So fights that last for like 10 episodes now or something, or
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Oh jeez.
It just drags things out unnecessarily, to say the least. But it's a hell of a journey, a hell of an adventure. I think that's such a cool show. / manga, whatever you want to call it. Hell of a franchise.
Tried to get into it and just couldn't.
I understand because in my opinion the first 50 episodes are my personal least favorite parts because I feel like it doesn't really hit its stride until I don't know, like episode 100-ish.
Yeah. See, you say like, oh, by episode 100 it starts hitting its stride. I'm like, I am done with most of my animes by episode 24.
Yeah, as I'm describing this, you could probably figure out whether this show is for you or not. If you like long ass JRPGs, long ass investments in general, like you're going to be a lot more forgiving of One Piece's kind of slow and plodding and epic scale than if you are more used to 26 episode series at most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an investment. It really is.
Yep.
I just wanted to give it some good airtime here because in terms of anime, it's definitely up there for me.
Well, in my mind, it's one of the top 3.
It is.
Or in terms of the longest running animes.
Yeah, for anime that are still running, there's not much competition. Like,
no.
Detective Conan.
Oh god, Detective Conan.
Which has been running for a billion years as well.
And the plot has grinded to a halt.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with that series. Have you watched much of that one, Dave?
All I know of the premise is that he was shrunk to a kid by a mysterious organization.
That's what I know
and
too.
we still know nothing about that organization.
That's what bums me out. Like if they're after all this time they're still holding out on those kinds of details, that seems like a tough investment for me. One Piece gets a lot more intrigue, a lot more early on. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, to be brutally honest, Detective Conan's excuse is just to solve mysteries.
Yeah.
That's what they're focusing on, just solving generic mysteries.
Kind of one-off
episodes,
right?
Yeah.
Which, hey, that's an approach, but if I'm gonna watch a long series like that, I want an ongoing story.
Yeah. You don't watch it for the ongoing story, trust me.
Yeah. Sounds like it's not my thing.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, as I was trying to say there is, at some point in every early anime watcher's life, there comes like the branching free of either watching Bleach, Naruto, or One Piece as your dedicated, long-running anime.
At one point, those were the big 3 by far.
Yeah. And you didn't have time for all. If you had time for all of them, God bless you.
Yeah. One Piece it lived them all.
Yeah. See, I went the Naruto route.
I did watch that up to a point.
Yeah. Again, I watched up to a point, and then I was like, I am done.
Yep.
I couldn't get past 2 episodes of that.
Fair enough.
The first few episodes are annoying.
Yeah.
I will say.
I get annoyed easily, so that makes me turn off anime a lot.
I really thought that after the first few episodes, like the bridge arc is really fun and feels really fresh.
Yeah.
In it, as much as I do like the arcs of Naruto after the bridge arc, it does start to feel more generic. It just becomes like superpower anime fights with a bit more intrigue and creativity than most. But still, like the bridge arc is really the only arc in the show that really feels like ninja to me. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to while you were standing there talking, I was charging up my ki or something.
Pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I always hated that trope of I beat you, now let me tell you how I beat you. And that the fight was lost, like, 5 episodes ago.
You weren't a fan of the Shikamaru fights? Are you kidding me?
You fool. When you were doing this.
Shikamaru is the only one I was like, he's intelligent enough to get away with that.
Yes.
But everyone else doing that shit?
Yeah.
Yep. It could be grating.
It gets great when everyone's doing it.
Yep.
Oh god, yes.
But Kakashi is a brilliant soul.
Yes.
That's the guy with the eye, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the mask.
Oh, the crazy teacher.
Yep. If you hate the main trio, which I totally understand, you should at least still like Kakashi.
Oh yeah,
No one
I
can hate
agree with that.
Kakashi. Speaking of three troublesome students and a wacky teacher, there's a show that I just watched recently, recently adapted as an anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. Have either of you guys heard of it?
Nope.
You mentioned this to me, and it's now on my list to watch, but...
Yeah, it's really good. It's shonen type stuff, but I absolutely love the characters and the writing. I really think that the character dynamics are really the draw of the show for me, and it's got a really cool like Slayer of Demon Curses type premise that is immediately approachable for fans of shonen. But yeah, come for the demon slaying, curse slaying action. Stay for the great characters. They really are. Really is a good show. I think the manga's still running, so should be probably another few years at least before the manga finishes, if I had to guess. But the anime adaptation is totally worth getting into. 24 episodes I think right now, and I think it's done quite well for itself, so there will be more to come for sure.
What was the last anime you finished, Dave?
Alright, I'm here. Sorry.
Dave just zoned out for a moment.
Yep.
Season 1 of Beastars, I probably should get back into that.
I'm waiting for it to finish season 2 before I get back into
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we watched that together, and it was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
For the content that it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How would you guys describe that? Because I'm interested.
Dave, you want to field this one?
It follows a wolf teenager who's in love with a rabbit girl, and a lot of it has to do with him thinking, am I truly in love with this girl, or is this just predator instinct?
Oh, Zootopia.
Yeah, it's
It's like a more
adult
intense version.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's
Yeah.
more adult version Zootopia.
Yeah.
Zootopia, but dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Geez, the first episode starts off with someone dying, so...
Got it.
And I finished the Hunter x Hunter 2011 just recently.
See that of all the shows I can think of, that's currently my probably biggest blind spot because I like long ass shonen, and people say that's maybe the best long ass shonen, right up there with One Piece and the like. So, what do you think of it?
It's really good. I did not care for the final arcs.
Okay.
Oh, is that the one you told me about with the bugs?
Yeah.
Alright.
So the second last arc deals with them going to an island that has these like ants that take abilities from everything they eat and give those genes on to their next of kins.
Okay.
And one of the ants eats a human, and then it starts birthing these human-like ants, who then start eating like more powerful humans, and they get the powers of the humans.
Yikes.
And it leads up to them birthing the king, who is by far superior than everyone else.
The ultimate ant.
Yeah.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
A little bit terrifying, and like if you looked at the king, you can be like, that inspired Cell.
Okay. Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind that was an inspiration to Cell.
Nice. So what did you dislike and like about the whole thing?
just how Mary Sue the King was.
Okay.
And then the final arc just was our main character is basically in the hospital for pretty much the whole entire arc
Okay.
from the previous arc. Won't explain what happens, but
Yep.
he's hospitalized. So we're watching the second main character go around and try to find a way to heal the main character. And then there's a lot of just dealing with politics.
Oh, joy.
Because the head of the Hunter organization died, and they're trying to find a new head for the organization.
Got it.
And I was like, I did not sign up for politics.
Go like politics to spill into your anime?
Not at this level. This was like, you actually got to sit in the board meetings for like
Okay.
some episodes.
I kind of like that kind of stuff.
I like it on sparse, but like this was like really different from what I was watching up to this point. So it was
Fair
just
enough.
like, I won't say I hate Hunter x Hunter. I love it. I do recommend watching it. I just felt the final arc was a little lacking.
What'd you like about the whole show? Like, what were the highlights or high points?
I do love the powers. They're not over the top, and they are well explained how they're used.
Nice.
Like, the kid who can use lightning is because he basically zapped himself to the point where he knows what like electricity coursing through his body feels like naturally.
Hardcore.
Can I offer a recommendation?
Sure.
This little anime, underrated anime called Geiger.
Yes.
I've heard of it.
For people, to put things in perspective for people, that's the robot with the big hammer.
Okay. Yep. It's like an oldish theory, like 90s maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. To put it in comparison, let's just compare it to Evangelion.
Okay.
Just take Evangelion, put a positive spin on it.
Okay.
Right? Instead of like the little teenager, you got a grown man, well, 21, but fighting these creatures called Zonders,
Okay.
which are standing for the alien. Well, you know, the Evas have the barriers, the Zonders can regenerate, so and only Geiger can defeat them.
Fair enough.
What I like is that they, instead of questioning why you can't do this, they instead go, we can do this, just watch.
Yeah.
And they actually put some tropes on their heads.
That's cool.
For example, fighting in the city. Real life, bad idea.
Yep.
And that actually caused a problem in one episode. So what they do, they develop a device that could create a pocket space that the two enemies could fight in without damaging the city.
Nice.
With crazy science.
So they care about their setting. It's not just the city is destroyed every episode.
Yeah.
Oh god, no. They have like toolbots to repair things and all that stuff, and they do care about the city and people.
That sounds fun.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a fun anime.
And it's mecha, right? So
Yeah.
that's like exactly what you're talking about in terms of wacky mecha that you like.
Oh yeah, it's... Oh yeah, like, even the main character is a part robot. He's like a cyborg. And most of his teammates in the field are like, basically like Transformers.
Nice.
Sentient robots that can fight. Hell, one's a ninja.
Curtis, any recommendations for anime? Kind of got to wrap this up a little bit, guys. We're going to run over our time limit.
Yeah. We could go on, drone on this. Forever.
Oh, we could make a part 2 of this at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Perhaps one day. Yeah, like Legend of Galactic Heroes is a really cool one. This one's 112 episodes. I didn't really talk about it too much, but it's basically a chess game between the two brightest minds in the galaxy, both on different sides of the battlefield. They come to respect each other immensely, and big, epic, cool space battles, realistic politics, realistic characters. Don't go in expecting some wacky anime shenanigans, but if you want a great story, great lore, and well-considered characters, check it out.
And I guess for my recommendation, I do recommend Angels of Death. It's only 16 episodes, so it's not a very huge commitment. And I love the plot twist in it.
Noted.
Yeah. Some people could probably see it coming. It's not that creative of a plot twist, but the way they implemented it is pretty good.
Sweet.
And I guess for me, apart from Geiger, I could also say Gun X Sword. A wandering vagrant with a robot looking for a guy with a claw.
Yes.
It's a fun romp. And this older one called Vodons. Basically, it's a soldier guy that doesn't talk much, piloting robots that are basically what would happen if you gave a tank arms and legs.
Fair enough.
This sounds fun.
Yep.
But with that, though, guys, we will have to call the episode here.
Sounds good.
So until next time, I'm Devin.
I'm Curtis.
And I'm David.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.